Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you some of the best arrows I found with Sova and some of my personal favorites that I like to use on all the maps in the closed beta. This is for attacking and defending and all that good stuff. So we're going to start with Haven and we're going to start attacking on C side. So if you want to get some info on C, if you're attacking, you can line up with these leaves here. Put your crosshair on the tip of this second leaf, right around this tip of that. Put your crosshair on the fourth rock here, and if you do 2.5 charges, you're going to get some really good info. I'm going to frequently turn on ghost mode throughout this tutorial just to show you guys where the arrow lands, but I get positioned with it off, and I'm going to show you. So you just do about 2.5 charges with your crosshair right here.
Revealing area.
And it's going to land right there. So with here, you can get some really good info on C. You can see all this, pretty much all this, even a little bit of long. Really good arrow. Another decent arrow if you're attacking C and you want to get some info. Let's say you keep using that one and you want to mix it up. If you go in the back here, if you line up your crosshair in this little gap in the leaves, and if you do a half charge, it will go on the back side of C. If you do a half charge,
revealing area,
it's going to land right behind these boxes. So not quite as good as this one, but it still gives you some decent info. You do the back here, you can see plat and everything. You won't be able to see long, but it's a good mix up. So let's say you're defending C now. The only one I've really liked to use, I haven't really labbed that many and I haven't been able to find that many arrows for C-Long yet. But what I usually do is I just open up this gap between these two buildings. I just look right above it and I just do a full charge arrow.
revealing area,
It's not that crazy, but it's going to bring you back there. You can always mix it up with the lengthy charger too,
revealing
if they're
area,
expecting it. They'll probably shoot it down fast, but it should still give you some decent info on whether they're coming or not. Okay, so let's say you're on C side or you're defending garage and you want to rotate quick. Here's a little sneaky one for you. If you line up your crosshair with the left side of this big piece on the grate, so we're going to line it up there. And if you look at the corner of this piece right here and you do a half charge, it's going to slide right in front of double doors, or right in the middle. So we have our crosshair lined up right here. Do a half charge.
revealing area,
And it lands right there. So that's a pretty good one. It's going to give you all the middle. It's going to give you the back here. So a good line of sight, and they're probably not going to be expecting it. Defending from C short window is a little bit trickier. I spent a long time trying to find one, but the best thing I can really do is if you just do a half charge with a one bounce here, you don't really have to peek out, and it's going to land in front of double doors.
revealing area,
So it's nothing crazy again, but it should at least give you some info if you're trying to mix it up, if they're expecting you to shoot it there. It lands right in front. They can't really see you, and you can still get some good info on where they are. On the other hand, if you're attacking garage, if you're pushing, let's say you know no one's here, they did add curtains here, but you can still shoot through these, and shooting through this is really good. You can just do a full charge and shoot right through these
revealing
curtains.
area,
It's going to give you a good view of garage. You'll be able to see pretty much everywhere except maybe this corner. And obviously the window, but it's still good. It's good for pushing fast. Okay, so let's say we're attacking B site now. The best ones I've found so far is if you kind of just get your arrow in the middle of here. You can go right below this red piece of wood. It doesn't need to be too accurate, but you can just do a half
revealing
charge,
area,
one bounce, and it's gonna land on the right side. So this is if you want to check the right side more and this corner. On the other hand, if you want to check the left side of B, you can kind of line up your crosshair with the middle of these two. You can just do another half charge, one bounce,
revealing area,
and it's going to get in there. It's going to check the left side more. It's going to check those doors, and you can even check over here again. So nothing crazy for B. So let's say you're on C side defending, but you want to get some info at A. Here's another one. It's relatively similar to the garage one, except this time you want to line your crosshair up with this piece right here. And you're going to aim at the same spot. And then instead of doing a half charge, you want to do 2 charges. So if you do that, you get 2 charges.
revealing area,
It's going to go all the way to T side. It's going to land right there. And it's going to give you some good info if they're in here, pushing this way. And yeah, if they're sitting here at all, it's going to give you really good info. Let's say you're defending B site and you want to check the window. You can just go to the back here. And it doesn't matter too much where you are, but what you want to do is you want to aim at this middle piece, and you just want to do a half charge. So if we just do a half charge right here,
revealing area,
it's going to go right in the window, and you should be able to get a good sight, and you're not visible at all. So let's say you're defending A on Haven, and you want to get some good info on T-spawn. If you stand on this sand right here, you just want to look at this light bulb, and if you do a half charge, you're going to get some good info.
Revealing area.
So it lands right there. Sometimes it lands there. And again, you can see a lot of T-spawn, see what they're doing. Another arrow I like to use trying to defend A side is I'll just shoot around here. I'll either do one bounce or I'll do no bounces.
Revealing area.
So you're either going to get it there or you're going to get it here. It can see a lot of long. It can really help, and it's good to mix it up. Let's say you're defending A and you need a good retake. If you come up here, if you come on these boxes, if you aim right at the edge of this building here and do a full charge,
Revealing area.
they're probably not going to be expecting it, and it sees a lot of A. So it's going to be really good for some info on retake, and you can push at the same time, and they're going to be distracted by it. So super good. Okay, let's say you're attacking A now, and you want to get some info. What you want to do is you want to line up the corner of this house, just about. It doesn't need to be super exact, but right around there. And just go a bit to the right, kind of in the middle of this and this. And you want to do 2.5 charges. So if you do 2.5 charges, this arrow's going to land right above heaven. Again, it's going to give you some good info. You'll probably be able to see long. You can see pretty much all of A except for heaven. So really good for seeing what's going on here. One more good arrow for attacking Haven on A side is if you line up, if you look straight down, you get your crosshair just about in the middle of this white part here. What you want to do is you want to line your crosshair up in between the two legs of this lantern. You want to put it kind of right on the edge, and you want to do a half charge. So if you do a half charge right here,
Revealing area.
it's going to land right above A short. People probably won't be expecting this. You can see down this alleyway. You'll be able to see down here if anyone's hiding in this corner. You'll even be able to see a little bit of this area. Another really good option, a really good mix-up if you're attacking A. Okay, moving up the split. Let's say we're defending A side, and we want to get some info for long. One arrow I really like to do is I like to shoot the corner of this rhombus-looking thing. So if we shoot the corner of this with a full charge,
Revealing area.
it's going to land right around there. It might be able to see it quick, but it does give you a good view of A long, and you'll probably at least get one tick off and see who's here. Another good way to get info on A site is what you want to do is you want to line up, you want to get it onto this piece. You want to make sure you don't really see much white here. A little bit's okay. And what you want to do is you want to line up your crosshair so it's above this wooden pole, just a little bit to the right. You want to do a full charge, and you want to do one bounce.
Revealing area.
If you do that, it's going to bounce over here, and it's going to land right here. With this area, again, you can see a lot of A long and see some good info. And again, it's another good mix-up. A really silly arrow I like to do on A side is just another mix-up, is I really just aim in between these two, and I just do a double bounce full charge.
Revealing area.
It's going to land over here somewhere. And again, it's going to give you some good info on long. This one's probably the fastest for them to react to, but if you're constantly switching it up, it's really... So let's say you're attacking A now. A really good way to get some info is if you come up on these boxes right here. If you go to the corner, if you put your crosshair in the middle of these two bars and you go just above it, you want to do 2.5 charges. If you do 2.5 charges, you're going to put your arrow right up there. It's going to allow you to see heaven. It's going to allow you to see A site. It's going to allow you to see the corner of this alleyway right here. That's really good. Another good arrow for A site is if you get onto the same spot, but we go on the left side here. What you want to do is you put your arrow just above these hedges and just to the left of this billboard. And if you do a full charge,
Revealing area.
your arrow is going to land up right up here. It's going to allow you to see back sight. It's going to allow you to see some here. It's going to allow you to see heaven. So another really good arrow. Now let's say you're defending mid. These ones are a little bit trickier and a little bit more obvious because it's such a tight spot. But what you can do is you can line up the edge of this archway with the edge of this here, just about. You want to aim your crosshair at the bottom of this, or anywhere around the tip of this golden piece right here. You just do a half charge with one bounce.
Revealing area.
What that's going to do is going to land right in front of sewers. So it's going to be really obvious to see, sure, but you can get info on sewers, you can get info on here. It's not bad. Another decent one, this one makes you a tiny bit vulnerable, but what you can do is you can kind of have your crosshair placed right here, and you can already have it full charge, so you know where you got to shoot. You just peek out and shoot. He's going to put it right above here. It's another good way to mix it up. People like to walk through slowly. Allows you to see pretty much here and even some of the sewers. I'll say you're defending on this side of mid. What you want to do is you can get into this mail room. You can kind of just line up on this bar right here or anywhere near the edge of this glass piece. Do another half charge.
Revealing area.
One bounce. And again, your air is going to land. It's going to be able to see here. It's going to be able to see here. So these are all a little obvious and they're going to be easy to react to, but it still can give you some good info whether they're pushing or not. So let's say you're attacking mid and you want to see where people are. A decent one is if you get your crosshair and you put it between this yellow line and this yellow arrow and you do a full charge. It's going to land on this billboard.
Revealing area.
Because this billboard's kind of bugged right now. You can't really see it. You can't see it from this side, but it will detect people. So another good one for mid is if you kind of just go anywhere in the back here. What you can do is you can line up your crosshair. You want to go just above this wooden plank here. And you want to line it up with this gap. So if you do that and you do about 2.5 charges, it's going to go right through.
Revealing area.
And it's going to land on top of here or on here. And again, you'll be able to scatter it out pretty well. And it should give you some good info. Okay, now let's say you're attacking B. What you want to do is you want to get onto this piece right here. You want to line up the edge of this electrical box with the edge of this tower. So they're about lined up. And then you want to get your crosshair lined with here. And then get it here. And you go two bar charges. So 1, 2.
Revealing area.
What's going to do? It's going to land right up there. It's going to give you a good side of B. Give you a good side of heaven. This arrow is kind of silly, but if you want to check heaven, you can get up to just the edge of this wall so you're not vulnerable. What you want to do is you can line up your crosshair with this wooden plank, and you can move it just a bit left of this metal piece, and you can do about 2.5 charges and 1 bounce.
Revealing area.
And it's going to go right up into heaven. So you can kind of see that area if you need to check that. Alright, let's say you're on defense and you need to get a retake for B. If you're coming up from heaven, what you can do is you can just do a full charge on this B here.
Revealing area.
It's going to give you a really good sight of a lot of B. The only blind spot's here, but you can check that yourself. Really good for retaking the position. Again, this arrow is kind of silly, but if you're trying to check your blind spot and you're pushing from CT, what you can do is you can do about a half charge to 2 charges. Do 1 bounce.
Revealing area.
You're going to get it over there. You're able to see a lot of stuff. You might not be able to check. The only downfall is they might be see you coming from CT. Okay, let's say you're defending B and you want to see them if they're coming from garage or not. What you want to do is if you go to this 3rd grate and you line up your crosshair with the top right corner, just about. We're looking straight down, directly down. So the center of your screen, about the top right of this corner. You want to look through this little gap right here. You want to go a little bit more on the upper side of it. So if we go on the upper side and we do 2 charges of our arrow,
Revealing area.
it's going to land right on the roof. Right on the roof here. They're probably never going to see it's coming. It's going to be able to see here. It's going to be able to see people going in. It's a really good line of sight. It's tricky. You might want to practice it, but it's really good. Okay, so let's say you're defending A, or even if you're on B side and you want to get info on A. A really good one is if you get in this corner, and if you line up the tip of your arrow with this box here, and you do 2 charges. So you do 2 charges, line up the tip with this, cover it. 1, 2.
Revealing area.
You see it's gonna go all the way to the TP door. God, I'm sorry, so janky. It's going to go right here. Since it's going to go right here, no one's going to expect it, and you're going to be able to see a lot of A. See if they're coming showers or not. Let's say you want to get another sneaky arrow into showers and see if they're coming here. What you can do is you can line up your crosshair with this white line here. We're looking straight down. You want to line up your crosshair with this piece right here, and you want to line it up with the middle of this, a little bit on the upper side. So we go here, little mid to upper, and it's another really good arrow. You go a little bit more than 2 charges, and it's gonna land right above here. They're probably not going to be expecting that one. Again, gives you huge line of sight on everything on A side. One more silly arrow that I like to use. It's not really quite sneaky, but I usually just open up this gap and I'll just do a full charge.
Revealing area.
Do it here. This checks short for you. It allows you to at least usually get one take and see if anyone's coming A short or not. Alright, let's say you're attacking A side. If you want to get a good arrow, what you want to do is you want to line up your crosshair, which is pretty much at the edge of this, the corner of this piece of paper, and you want to put your crosshair with this line and this second electrical cord. So we have it right here. You just do a half charge.
Revealing area.
It's gonna go right over. It's gonna land right here. Gives you a lot of good info on A. Let's say you're looking to mix it up on A. What you can do is you can get into this corner here. You can line it up, go just to the right of this middle part, and you can line up your crosshair with the second electrical cord. And you only need about half of the first bar. So if you do that,
Revealing area.
it's going to land right here. Again, people probably won't be expecting it. You can see U-Haul if they're covering there, and you can see all the way down to showers. Okay, let's say you're defending on B side. What you want to do is you can line up the first bar with the edge of this. You can go right about in the middle, do one bounce, and do a full charge.
Revealing area.
It's going to go all the way down there, and it's going to give you some... you're going to be able to see if anyone's coming B long. So if you want to check hookah without peeking, what you can do is you can go to the corner of like this seat right here. You can line up your crosshair, get it in the middle of this little divot here, and go about in the middle of this gray part. What you can do is you can do a full charge with two bounces.
Revealing area.
It's going to bounce, it's going to land over here, and it's going to allow you to see a little bit of this alleyway, see long, see in there if anyone's coming. So let's say you're attacking B and you want to see what's going on there. What you can do is you can get yourself in the corner of this box. You can go backwards, get yourself in the rocks, and what you want to do is put your crosshair on the edge here, line it up with these two pieces on this metal. So top and the leftmost. You're going to put it up. You can do 2.5 charges.
Revealing area.
It's going to go over the silo. It's going to land right around there. So again, this is going to be able to allow you to see B, if anyone's guarding hookah, anything like that. Okay, so let's say you're attacking B. Another really good one is if you line up with these cactuses here. And what you want to do is you want to put the middle of your two bounce diamonds on the edge, like right here. You want to line it up. So you look right in between the middle of those two diamonds, then put the middle of the houses right in between it in the middle. You're going to do 2.5 charges.
Revealing area.
If you do 2.5 charges, it's going to land right on the top of this grate. And it allows you to see a lot of B. A lot of B. It's really good.